Nissan in Australia is trying to reinvent itself, and this freshly facelifted Qashqai compact SUV is going to be a pretty good litmus test of if it can do it successfully. What do we mean by that? Well, come along on this review and we'll tell you all about it. Nissan has a continuous history in Australia dating back to the 1960s. Remember Datsun? That means it's been here almost as long as Toyota. But while Toyota has marched from strength to market domination, Nissan has been pretty much going around in circles. A new strategic plan is now in place designed to cement Nissan as a long-term top 6 player in Australia, and a cornerstone of that, obviously, is to sell more cars. Wow, the Qashqai is a prime candidate on that score. It does not sell enough examples in Australia. It's not even the top 10 compact SUVs sold here. It's outsold by models that are patently not as good as it, like the Mitsubishi ASX and MG ZS. So what's Nissan done? It's addressed the value equation rather than gone after big technical or equipment changes. In fact, the new Qashqai is basically unchanged in price. No price rises at a facelift. That's almost unheard of in Australia these days. Here we're testing the TI Turbo Petrol at the heart of the range, and as part of the rejig, TI actually replaces STL and a new TIL badge is inserted in the lineup where the TI used to be. Confused? We've explained it all here in this video. Another huge part of Nissan's strategy came to light at the start of February when its new 10-year 300,000 kilometre warranty was announced. You do have to service with a Nissan dealer to get the full 10-year benefit, but it's all pretty impressive. The first 5 services are what Nissan calls a flat price, $399 for each. You also get up to 10 years roadside assist, although again you have to service with Nissan to get the full benefit. The big deal when it comes to the 2025 Nissan Qashqai changes is this grille. I don't just mean exterior cosmetic changes, I mean in total. There is no new sheet metal, no mechanical overhaul. This is the key thing. Looks pretty nifty too. The Qashqai's got a bit leaner and less rounded as a result. These big 19-inch alloys are also a new design. Note the unusual plastic inserts. They certainly fill out the guards. So as I've already mentioned, no mechanical changes to the facelifted Qashqai, which means the 1.3 litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine and CVT auto continue to drive the front wheels. Outputs are unchanged, fuel consumption is unchanged. Now the other engine you can choose in this range is the e-Power Range Extender Hybrid. It's higher priced, but also mechanically completely unchanged. Jump in the Qashqai Ti and the first impression is I'm sitting too high. I just can't lower the seat enough to suit my driving position. Also, these spokes on the steering wheel, they look a bit utilitarian really for me, although the trim on the rim of the steering wheel is quite nice. And also that big digital dashboard is a big bump up over the old STL. The Qashqai is built in England, which is a rare thing for a new car in Australia these days. It mostly bolts and fits together okay. I'm not sure what's going on with this plastic lip though. That's a bit ordinary. But the seats are trimmed in a nice PVC and leather and both are heated. Only the driver gets power adjustment though. The Qashqai does a pretty good job of covering all the needed storage opportunities up front. You can fit bottles in your front door pockets here. You've got a couple of deep cup holders in the centre. The glove box, that's pretty adequate. The lidded bin offers you a little storage tray at the top. That's good. Now your pad here, put your smartphone there, doubles as a wireless charging pad as well. No USBs here though. They are located in the bottom of the center lidded bin. Okay, let's talk about the infotainment system. And look, the touchscreen is great because it's got a home page with these clear sub-menus that you can really operate easily when you're on the move. Much better than just having a small group of buttons here on the side. And speaking of buttons, physical buttons for the audio system, including volume and on-off, and also physical buttons for the dual zone climate control. Thank you, Nissan. There is nothing in the way of essential infotainment this car is missing. You can go for the embedded features or opt for Apple or Android smartphone mirroring. Speaking of smartphones, a new feature added across the range is connected car services accessed by a smartphone app. Look, it offers limited features compared to some other systems in service in the car industry, but it is free for 3 years. This big instrument panel is configurable through 3 views. Somewhat predictably, I like the old school dual dials, but there's still plenty of room between the dials to deliver lots of information from everything from fuel consumption to navigation. And this handy shortcut button on the steering wheel spoke allows you to access things you might want to switch off quickly, like lane keeping if you don't like the driving effect it's giving you. The Qashqai Ti comes with a surround view camera and front and rear views as well. There are also front and rear parking sensors. However, intelligent park assist is only available further up the range. The Qashqai Ti is generously equipped when it comes to high-end safety assist systems, and its combination of features seem well tuned and not too hard to turn off. Steering assist, for instance, stays off once you turn it off the first time. Good deal. The Qashqai also comes with 7 airbags, 3 child seat top tethers, 2 ISOFIX mounts and a 5-star ANCAP rating based on 2021 protocols. Before we get in the back seat and check it out, check this out. How good are these 90-degree opening rear doors? That's a huge help for parents trying to get their little kids in there, and old folks like me with creaking joints appreciate it as well. Jump into the rear seat of the Qashqai and the space efficiency of its design is really obvious. Okay, 6-foot driver, 6-foot passenger, still some knee room here and plenty of headroom. Now, as well, adding to your comfort levels, you've got adjustable aircon vents, dual USB ports, 2 mat pockets, door bottle holders that really do hold bottles, and a fold down armrest in the rear seat here that has dual cup holders. Yeah, really well thought out, Nissan, well done. Okay, check out the boot. Now, no power tailgate, but at this money in 2025, probably acceptable. It's a big boot, but look at this big step here. I'll guarantee you, it will snag on the pedals of your mountain bike for sure. The boot measures up at nearly 500 litres with row 2 in place. That's great for a vehicle this size. It triples in claim space if you split fold the rear seat. Under the floor, there's a space saver tyre. A big tick for that. Thank you, Nissan. Okay, pretty positive vibes overall so far. But let's hit the road and do some driving and see if the Qashqai can keep us happy. At about 4.4 metres long, the Qashqai sits in a nice sized pocket. It's not too big to be an urban runabout, and it's not so small that it feels overwhelmed on the open road. It suits both environments really well. The engine is pretty small, obviously, but with the help of a low blow turbo, it's got plenty of zest and response. Probably it's still laggy at low speed when you first tip in the throttle, but it feels less obvious than earlier iterations of the Qashqai I've tested. The auto, well, the CVT is the least CVT-ish feeling CVT I think of used. There's some pronounced change points programmed into it, and the manual mode provides really decisive changes. It adds to a feeling of athleticism. Nissan's been doing a better job of late with the dynamic balance of its cars. The X-Trail is good, and so is the Qashqai. I reckon it's in the very top group of steering and handling compact SUVs you can buy. Mind you, I think the big Conti tyres on this car are doing a lot to help with grip. There's only so much you can do when you've got a front-wheel drive chassis. For this one, it's pretty well tuned. The other side of the ledger with those big tyres is a slightly sharper ride. Look, it's a pretty good compromise, I reckon, but you just do get a few inputs here and there. But I'm happy with that because I'd rather have a bit more sharpness to response and a more confident handling package. You may not need it very often, but when you do need a strong and secure response from your car, it's a good thing to have. Impressively, those big tyres don't generate lots of tyre noise. This is a pretty refined package with not too many noises of any type penetrating the cabin. So the official claim is 6.1 litres per 100 kilometres for the Qashqai Ti, and I reckon you'll find yourself averaging a couple of litres per 100 kilometres over that. That's exactly what we achieved on test, 8 litres per 100 kilometres. That's not that special in the class. The e-Power hybrid Qashqai will save you fuel money, but costs more to buy. Mind you, it's not the easiest cabin to see out of. It's pretty enclosed in here, and the rear view is, well, it's adequate, I guess. But I guess that's also the price you pay for having a stylish package like this. So all in all, the Qashqai drives a bit like it looks. Sharp, lean and pleasing. I like it. In fact, the Nissan Qashqai as an all-round package is pretty darn likeable. This is a minor update for sure, but it comes without an egregious price rise, so this is a pretty tempting combo. Which means the pressure here falls back on Nissan. The Qashqai already was a good car, and it does deserve to be more popular. Nissan says it's got a plan to sell a lot more of them. Well, if it does that, then there's the evidence it's making forward progress and not just going around in circles. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and don't forget to tell us what you think of this video in the comments below.